5 teams are vying for the 6 remaining slots in the main event. 25 cars going head to head, and here they are. We've got some new teams, we've got some returning teams. Let's take a closer look. Alt F40 returns with a brand new lineup, and of course the original F40. The Aquaturks have been around for a while. They've never had a whole lot of luck, but maybe this will be their time to shine. The Mini-X are a team of tiny vehicles and also a very special guest, Mr. Bean. The Bandits are sponsored by Chicken Rings Onion Wings. Look at those cool, sleek vehicles. They look promising. The Terminators are here. It's a team of, you guessed it, of course, robot vehicles sent from the future to win at the Joust. I guess we'll find out. Evil Weevil, our track buffer, sponsored by Track Buffer LLC. Here we go, round 1. Charging right into the fight for the Mini-X. It's the Austin Mini, sponsored by Sean's Toy Room. We've got a pretty large array of food trucks now feeding everybody watching this match. First up for Alt F40, the F40. This F40 went through the head-to-head competition. You can see it's a little dented up front, and it almost escapes the track on that hit. Couldn't quite escape it totally. First up for Aquaturk, Skate Grom, sponsored by Beak's Busted Barn Finds. Skate Grom does a 360 side flip, pivot, and perfect landing. He ollies right over the Austin Mini, just a perfect slide into the safety area. Meanwhile, the F40 slides off the track, except for the trunk. Up first for the Terminator, Zombot, sponsored by Chicken Rings Onion Wings. Zombot looking to terminate that Austin Mini, but the Mini pulls away and almost gets free of the track. Zombot goes curbside. And up first for the Bandits, 73 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, sponsored by Reaper EOD. Cadillac slams the line forward and takes down Zombot and the Mini at the same time. Bad bounce for that Mini, and it can't get over, and Zombot goes sideways and stays there. We're back around the roster, 67 Austin Mini pickup, sponsored by Hendrika's Heavy Hauling. The Austin Mini pickup locks it in, gets Evil Weevil off the track. 2 cars lined up. Here's an old Ferrari, the 156, sponsored by Judy Collins. 156 tries to slide under the Austin Mini pickup and can't quite do it. Austin Mini pickup getting banged twice there, but then it settles down in between the other 2 cars. Aqua sending down the Subaru Brat next, sponsored by Stump's Tree Farm. Heavy hit by the Brat, knocks the Mini off the track. The Mini stays level though, and the Ferrari goes sideways. Thought that truck might try to drive off the track with that high suspension, but it locks it in. Turbone Charge for the Terminator, sponsored by Dr. Gonzo. Turbone tries to take out the Brat, but the Brat flips over and makes an unlikely recovery by the Austin Mini. A little bit of luck for the Aquaturks. 64 Chevy Impala, sponsored by Chorgoth the Infinite Horror. The Impala knocks the 156 off the track and it flips upside down. No chance of recovery there. Turbone backs off the track, almost escapes. Here's an unusual one. It's 2 fronts of a car. Push and Puller, sponsored by Emo Dingo. Push and Puller slams the Impala off the track. Turbone gets an unlucky smack to the tire, which causes it to flip over upside down. And the Impala's looking a little iffy right there, but it might not be beyond 45. 360 Modena, sponsored by Tim the Bear Neal for Alt F40. Modena tries to take out Push and Puller, does not succeed. Also helps the Impala get right side up. All it does is knock Zombot upside down and line up. 92 Ford Mustang, sponsored by Sean and Patrick Hogan. Big hit from the Mustang, plows the Modena off the track. It stays upright. The Coupe de Ville, not so lucky, starts to go right, comes back left, and slides off to what easily could be an elimination. The Brat makes a recovery. Bot Wheels for the Terminator, sponsored by PriceX Private Parts. Bot Wheels slams into the Mustang, then gets slammed back and goes down the track. Likely to gonna take a shot at Bot Wheels, sponsored by DYW Production Labs. All 3 cars showing some good stability as Bot Wheels gets plunged forward, bounced back again, right back into Black Beauty. The 81 Toyota Starlet for the Mini-X, sponsored by Jason's Bits Boys. Starlet hits the line and Bot Wheels is displaced, goes sideways. Definitely a precarious position. Let's see if the Ferrari 575 GTC can take advantage. Sponsored by Mark the Music Lover. Bot Wheels gets borked off the track and does not tip over. Nice steady recovery. No eliminations on that hit. The Starlet is in trouble. 70 Toyota Celica for the Aquaturk, sponsored by Hey Hey's Hatchback Hangar. The Celica knocks the Starlet loose off the track. Starlet makes a handy recovery. Safe. Spectre for the Terminator, sponsored by Chome. Ooh, nice undercut there by Spectre, and the Celica gets tossed over the whole line of cars, goes all the way up to the front, where it makes basically a recovery. Coming down now, the 64 Continental for the Bandit, sponsored by Sicken. The Continental pushes the Spectre farther down the line. It gets some good undercutting action, and the Ferrari 575 slides off its own teammate into oblivion. Mr. Bean sitting on top of the Mini Cooper, dangerous position to ride down in, sponsored by Chicken Rings Onion Wings. Mr. Bean gets flung out of his chair and flies all the way up to the crates, flips around all over the place. He bounces off the other Mini, hits the wall, bounces again, and lands on his head. Wow, what a stunt. The end result of that hit, though, the Mustang is definitely in trouble, flipped over up front. The Ferrari 355, sponsored by TJG. 355 takes down Mr. Bean's Mini. It looks like Mr. Bean won't have to endure another crash like the previous one, because that Mini is done. 98 Honda Prelude, sponsored by Farty Marty. Prelude slams into the line, just pushes the Mustang a little bit more. Can't get it upright though, and that will be that. Turbot now, sponsored by Sauce Automotive Sachet and Buffet. Turbot hits the line and brakes a little bit, goes curbside. Spinning tires, but there's nowhere to go. Final car of the round, the 72 Mercedes-Benz, sponsored by the Miskatonic Automotive Club. The Benz slaps Turbot off the track, does not eliminate it. No eliminations on that hit. 9 eliminations in round 1. Pretty even all round, just about 2 lost for every team except for Aquaturks. And there is Mr. Bean. I think he's trying to get into his car. Maybe the door's jammed shut. 2 eliminations for every single team except for Aquaturks, who only lost the Mustang. The Aquaturks are going to start us off for round 2 with the Subaru Brat, which had a miracle recovery last round. See if he can keep it up this time. Bounces back a little ways. And the Chevy Impala takes a swipe, but just manages to lock it in on the track. We got a line forming. Bot Wheels breaks things up, pushes the Impala into the Brat, and the Brat flips over upside down and done. Bot Wheels tries to get off the track, but gets hung up. Dangerous position. And there you go, it was a dangerous position, and the Austin Mini pickup took full advantage of it. Bot Wheels is over and out, right by the vehicle it just took out. Nice hit by the pickup. Alt F40 sends down the Modena, it slots in behind the pickup. Skate Grom ollies over the Modena and lands it. Almost looks like it's gonna tip over, but nope, it was just a trick. Perfect landing. Continental roughs up the line of cars and the pickup goes curbside. Spectre slams the line, had some good undercutting last round, but this time can't get underneath that Continental. Austin Mini pickup is sliding for what it hopes will be a recovery. The hit from push and puller does some major damage. Surprising for that little car. Spectre gets tossed off the track upside down and the Impala gets squeezed out up front and flips over. The Miniacs showing that they are here to fight. Ferrari 355 has an answer and push and puller is tossed all the way down to the front of the track. Looks like it might make a recovery, but it gets hung up on Evil Weevil and tips over upside down. Also finishes off the Impala. A punch from the Toyota Celica and the Ferrari is knocked off the track, but to safety. The Mini pickup still struggling to get away from the track. The Mercedes-Benz slams the Celica, but the Celica settles down and gets back locked in. Turbot leaps on top of the Benz, and wow, what a belly flop. Just flips over, done. The Terminator's not terminating anything except themselves here in this match. Right now, all three of the remaining cars are out. Starlet skids into place, goes curbside. The line is buckling. The F40 cleans house. The Celica getting tossed over and upside down. The F40 makes a spectacular recovery, twisting and pivoting on the trunk. And the Starlet is hurled into the fence and spins around upside down and done. The Honda Prelude takes a shot at the Mercedes-Benz, but the Benz doesn't move much. The Prelude was the last car of the round, so that Mercedes-Benz safe for now. 8 eliminations on the round. This was a round 2. That is a lot of eliminations for round 2. And we're gonna lose our first team in this match. The Terminators are gonna have to go back to the future. They failed at their mission. Taking a look at the aftermath, Maniacs go down to 1. Bandits and Aquaturks both at 2, and Alt F40 looking good now with 3 survivors. Sounds like there's a conversation going on over by the food trucks.
It's so funny. I used to be famous, goddammit. Millions of views. Now I get practically nothing.
I'm not sure Mr. Bean can hear you with that turkey on his head, Cookie. I never knew Cookie had such a big hit TV show. We're starting off with the Alt F40s here in round 3. The 355 jostling for position. Ooh, I don't know what trick Skategrom was attempting right there, but it did not work. Looked like it maybe was a rail slide, and I don't know what it was gonna go into, but Skategrom takes a spill, and that thing could be out. The Bandits send down the Continental. The Bandits have been doing okay with these heavy vehicles that are nice and square. They stay locked into the track generally pretty well. The Austin Mini Pickup, last survivor for the Maniacs, gotta stay alive. Ooh, after an amazing takedown in the last round, the F40 does it again, takes out the Austin Mini Pickup, and may have just ended this match. Also takes itself out, unfortunately, but it might get the job done and keep their team moving on to the main event. Solid hit from the Prelude, loosens up the other Ferrari on the field. The Mercedes-Benz slots in nice and safe. And the Modena takes out its own teammate way up at the front of the line, squeezes it out upside down, but Alt F40 is gonna make it to the main event. That was the last car of the round. We've got our 3 teams that are moving on. 4 eliminations in the round. The Maniacs have been eliminated. Mr. Bean and the Maniacs gonna have to go back to the drawing board. Taking a look at the aftermath, the Alt F40's actually lost 2 down to 1. Aquaturks at 1, Bandits at 2. The Bandits come out of this with the most points. They are gonna get the bonus advantage in the main event. These 3 teams are moving on. There's just 3 slots left in the main event. Here's all the teams that are moving on in the full score review. All the teams that got first place in their qualifier are going to get that strategic advantage option in the main event. I'll explain more about that later when we get to the main event. In the meantime, get ready for another Apocalypse match. In the middle of May, we've got a very special event coming up called the Wreckfest. It's a demolition derby, special-made cars, in concert with Diecast Dude Racing. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, everybody. Become a patron, support this show. Thanks. See you next time.